Hello, this is Paul from RankWyz. Today we open a new way how our users can use RankWyz, and there are pros and cons to this approach. It's definitely will greatly simplify the the scenario how the RankWyz could be used, and I will cover pros and cons at the end of the video. But the idea is to use not your own networks, but RankWyz managed networks. Um, I have a project, and I have several networks, and I just created new network. There's bookmarking too, and you can see there are no accounts in there. So I go to submissions. So basically, to reproduce complete scenarios, so you'll create a project and we'll add empty bookmarking network as you would do with as you would do before. But now you need to you can skip the whole step of adding your own account. You go directly to submissions. Let's say I want to to that for a second. So let's say I create a submission to bookmark YouTube of my client, and I set up to bookmark every URL 10 times. I have spread options for this and that you're definitely going to be using in real scenarios, but I will skip it for this demo. And this is the option you would choose if you have your own account. But if you skip this part, if you decide to skip this part and use RankWyz managed networks, you click on shared network, and there are literally dozens of options of what you can choose. So I have I selected home business and save. So so far it's the submission looks exactly the same, and the only difference is, as I mentioned, in the network there are no social account, and thus the whole process is very simple. You have a project, you have a network, so basically empty. You create a new submission, and you said you selected RankWyz managed network, and it's basically ready to post. I go to posting URLs. I click on the create bookmark, paste paste URL, click load. You can override title and body, use Spindex. This is all settings from a submission. I click save. So there is one YouTube video, YouTube URL posted. Refresh it again, and there are total 10 posts as created. And I click on posts, and you can see that 10 posts scheduled, ready to go and to be posted on accounts that you don't need to manage. Now to our very briefly pros and cons. Now, where the scenario is better over using your own accounts. First of all, of course, when you start, it's easy to start, easy to see how the system works. Second is if you don't care about growing your accounts, and let's say if you do it as the lower tier bookmarking it is, the easier it is to go to use RankWyz managed network, shared networks. When you would still prefer to use your own accounts, if let's say if you use it to backlink to bookmark your money site, main site, if you use to bookmark first tier network, the PBN, so you probably would use your own accounts because you have better control of how often you post, how you group them together so that to make sure they are themed together. But again, as I said, so it's a very great way to simplify, to remove complexity where it's not needed. If I would have my second tier Web 2 posting going to my blogging account, I would definitely go and do third tier bookmarking, posting on RankWyz managed bookmarking. So it's still all scheduled. So I click several of them to push in the queue, but this is basically, and you see they already queued, and this is basically the whole summary of the functionality. So we are working to reintroduce RankWyz managed networks for blogging blogging posting to Web2s, and it's a little bit more complex because it's involved content, but we very close and it soon should be ready. And I pause it for about a minute, and you can see that most of the posts already went in scheduled. None of yet completed yet, but I think you got the point, and you can test it now. It's open for everyone to use. Thank you for watching. Thank you for using RankWyz. And again, it was introduction of RankWyz managed network for social bookmarking.